Oh, go on and do it for me.
Now watch me whip.
Kill it.
Now watch me nay nay.
Okay.
Now watch me whip, whip. Watch me nay nay.
Why me do
Now watch.
it?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Ryan T here, and it's time for another Otherworldly review. Today I'm taking on Sinister 2. Well, to start off this review, I wanted to start off by saying I loved Sinister 1, the very first Sinister with Ethan Hawke. It was fucking awesome. I loved how the beginning kind of played like a murder mystery, and you kind of thought that there was this creepy, weird-looking guy with a mask on going around killing families and recording 8mm video footage of them, and so that was creepy. And then once you kind of segued into the second part of Sinister 1, you're like, oh shit, he's a supernatural entity, you know. Then they kind of give him a name, Beagle. I think that's the proper name that they give him. And it's a decent movie. The first half's a lot stronger than the second half in the first movie, but so it's a good solid movie, the first one, as opposed to the second one. That's another piece of fucking shit. And let me tell you why I say that. The movie, it's almost so bad that it's good. For the fact that it's just like all over the place, clunky dialogue. The two leads don't have any chemistry whatsoever. The only connection it has with the first one is that weird little fucking police officer guy that kind of looks like Bruce Campbell, but like a pussy version, comes out and kind of like is going around burning all the houses to close the link. And it just gets fucking silly, and for a long time it's super boring. There's nothing happening for like a good chunk of it. For like a good 45 minutes, there's nothing happening. The movie even starts off with them at a grocery store, and they're getting some groceries. It's the mom's name is Courtney. The movie centers around a family of 3 people. It's a mother named Courtney and her 2 kids. I believe one of them's Zach and the other one's Dylan, I believe, if I remember correctly. Well, Dylan's a nice one and Zach's like a fucking asshole. Well, anyways, back to the opening scene. The opening scene, it goes to where they're grocery shopping, and there's this weird creepy guy, and at first I was like, well, this guy's a molester. He's gonna try to like rape these kids and rape the mom and stuff, and I was like, okay, it's about to get good. It's about to get really good. Well, not because they're gonna get raped, but because some action's gonna happen in the movie. And that happens, and the guy's like strolling on by, and he has his phone, and he's like, shh. And he doesn't even do it like coolly, like he just like straight out just like, shh, like they're walking down the aisle, and he just like straight up takes a picture of them. And then the mom says some crazy ass word. She's like, Rutabaker, Rutabaker, and then they all take off like running and stuff, and you know, you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then like they don't even talk about that for like a long time. They don't talk about that particular situation for a long time. You kind of like have to gather like what happened, because at one point the mother Courtney says, "Oh, you're not one of my husband's friends," referring to when she was speaking to the officer, the lead of the movie. And the thing that's stupid is that the movie, it kind of is like a cross between like Pet Sematary and a dump that Stephen King took a while back. I don't know. It's like terrible. I keep laughing because it's just so bad. Like, it's just so fucking bad. The movie is like funny. It's funny how bad it is. And the part that I found hilarious was there's this one bit. Spoilers, I'm gonna jump way to the end of the movie. There's this one part where they're like in a crop circle. They're in a crop circle or whatever, and the kid, Zach, has all of the family tied up on crucifixes and he has like a gas trail leading to the crucifix, and it shows that he's getting ready to turn the dad on fire, and the dad's a fucking asshole. The dad is like abusive. He like wants to beat up the mother all the time and beat up the kid all the time. And there's even one scene where he fucking where he tells the mom like growing boy needs to eat, and he like gets mashed potatoes and like shoves them in the fucking kid's face. He's like, eat them! And the Lucas is there like And okay, back to the thing that I was talking about. He's tying the ropes or whatever to burn him alive on the cross or whatever. And it shows that officer comes in out of nowhere and hits that fucking kid with the fucking car that he's driving, and the kid like flies over, and all he said, he like spouts off a badass one-liner. He's like, "You're not finishing your movie," and I was like, "Oh shit!" I thought it turned into like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I was ready for him to be like, "No, everybody get to the chopper, get to the chopper now, get to the chopper now." But that was one of the saving graces of the movie, that part. And, I mean, it just wasn't scary. That guy, Begul, or Sinister, he came out, like, way too many times. And every time he came out, you knew there was a jump scare coming. The jump scares were so abundant that it was just predictable. It was just like, alright, just pop out. Alright, just do it, you know. And they kept having these cutscenes where they would go to the basement. The kid, the good kid, I forgot his name, he would go down into the basement and he would watch these tapes with the other kids that were killed by Beagle. And he had to watch all 7, I think it was 7 tapes, he had to watch all 7 tapes so that way he could make his own tape, which is a stupid rule. And it shows that he goes down every night to watch these tapes so that way the nightmares could go away. And at one point, he even gets exhausted of doing this. Like, we go down to the basement in this movie so many fucking times, it feels like the whole movie was filmed in a basement. Even the actor at one point, the little kid in the movie at one point is like, I don't even want to watch any more of these movies. He's like, I'm just gonna go to bed. And the little kids that were dead were so very unconvincing, they were just like, alright, sweet dreams, laters. And like, they didn't even care. The only cool tape that they had, the only cool torture tape they had to me was towards the end. It was like one of the last ones where it showed that they were like in a chapel or a church, and they were all like laid down like that. And he had cut them a gash in their stomach, and he put a rat in there, and he put a pot over it and coals, so the rat would have to dig through the stomach and come out through the other side. That was actually pretty cool. I like that. I mean, the last 15 minutes of the movie are decent. Like, if the whole movie was that, then the movie would have been okay. Because the last 15 minutes are just, like, straight pace. Like, it's going fast. Like, a lot of stuff's happening. They're wrapping this shit up. And then I also felt about the movie was that the director of the movie, or whoever wrote this movie, wanted to make, like, a Lifetime movie. The center of the movie was focused very heavily on the story of the mother, Courtney, and the 2 children having an abusive father, and that them were basically trying to make a better life for themselves. That's what the main story of the movie was. That the scary movie took a backseat to the drama of the movie. And they even tried to make a romance between the 2 main characters. And like I always said, just because there's a woman in a movie and a man in a movie doesn't mean they always have to get together. It doesn't always have to happen like that. But they forced it so fucking hard in this movie. It felt like at one point they just kind of gave up on it. They were just like, oh, well, maybe it's not gonna work out with them. Maybe they'll just be friends. Because at one point in the movie, they were like drinking outside, the officer and Courtney, the mother, and it's like the most awkward movie conversation I've ever seen and heard in my life. That was the scariest part of the movie, seeing them talk to each other. They were like, she was like, I'm smoking a secret cigarette because I'm a secret smoker. And then that stupid guy, she tells him, don't tell my kids, okay? Because she's supposed to be drunk. And that stupid shaky guy's like, I don't think there would be a time when I would. Like all fucking stupid and gay and stuff. And there's even, in that conversation alone, he's like, I mean, why would I tell him? It's not like I'm the father of your kids. And then she's just like, I wish you were. Like, I felt like if I could, I wanted to jump into the screen and be like, no, movie, no, you don't do that. No. No. And it just, oh, God, felt so fucking flat. So flat. Flat like a 13-year-old's ass. Perverted comments. hopefully there's not another sequel to this movie. I feel like if there was a sequel to this movie, the only direction they could go was making him a computer virus, which he was for like a brief second in the movie. He was like a screaming computer virus, like it was stupid. And there was one part too where he possesses a ham radio, because everybody has one of those in their houses, so that was stupid too. And then the way that they stopped the little kid from killing people and not making his movie was that they hit him with like a lampshade or some shit and broke the camera. And after that, the kid didn't even put up that much of a fight. Like, he still had that scythe thing, and all he did was like run to his room, like after they knocked the camera out of his hand, and that was that. And then after that, the fucking Sinister dude got all mad and just put his hand on his shoulder and was just like, "You done fucked up, bitch." And the little kid like disappeared, and his mom was just like, fuck it, I guess that asshole's gone. He did try to kill us. I mean, why am I gonna worry about it? I'm just gonna go off with this other guy that I met like 3 days ago, and then whatever, blah blah blah. And then the movie fucking ends, and it's fucking stupid as shit. Oh, and then another thing about this movie, the guy, he's so afraid of fucking staying at that house overnight, yet he comes like an hour before it's gonna get dark. Like, what? Like, dude, come in the morning. Like, what the fuck? Like, fuck, man. And then another thing, too. The fucking son, the kid that's a fucking asshole, is jealous of his brother because the demon wants, the guy, Bagul Sinister, picks his brother. Like, why would you be jealous of that? Oh, fuck, I don't want no part of that demon bullshit. Like, damn. Fucking white people, man. They like that shit. Weird. Whatever. I'm gonna end this video on that racist note. So remember to like, subscribe, and I love everybody. Stay weird, ghouls and gals.